My name is Dan Pace. I am the COO and founder of First Financial. Today, I'm going to take you through what happens, and this will give you some intent on what we do and how we do it. But please also keep in mind, we're here for the one-on-one calls with you guys. We're here to help in any way we can for you guys to get a placement. That's what you work hard for to get, and our job is to get the loan done so you can get the placement. The first thing is the initial contact we have from you with an existing client. It could come via your portal, depending on which franchise group you're with. It could come direct email to me or any of my staff. It doesn't matter in that access of how it happens. My personal guarantee that I've taught my staff is from the time that you guys submit a client via either all the information you have on them or just give us a name and number to call, within 24 hours, we reach out to that client. We reach out to them in 3 different methods. The first we always do is a direct email to them with your introductory so they know who referred us to them. So they're not thinking it's an individual that's cold emailing them, if that's the proper word, or cold calling them, or any of that nonsense. So we reach out and automatically in our Calendarly, we try to schedule a call with them. If they hop on that and schedule the call, we send you over the confirmation that the call is scheduled for this day and this time. Our goal is to keep you looped in as a consultant, not to involve you in the financing arena side unless you choose, but to basically be so you know and don't have to call every day, which you're more than welcome to do, but to know what we're doing. So we have the email. If they don't reach out to us via email, we reach out to them by the number that you provided. We call. If they pick up, we communicate and talk to them and say who we are and what we do. If they don't, obviously, we leave a brief voice message describing this is your consultant from this company, referred us. We'd like to schedule a call with you. Our third attempt is via text if it's a cell phone. And I believe that text messages work in most cases better than calling people because people read their text messages. It's just the way the world is now. Once the call is scheduled, it's normally, the initial call could be anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And that really comes down to how much information you as the consultant or coach have provided us and how many questions that the individual client has. Have they chosen a franchise yet? Do they have a list of franchises they want me to look at? Or in most cases, have they even looked at a franchise yet? Because you folks want them pre-qualified, which is a good thing to do. But once that call is done, that's when we move to what we call the pre-qualification stage. This is the most important phase of the project for you guys as consultants. We send them out through our CRM system. They set up a share file. They set up their own account for their share file. None of that information is ever shared with the franchisor or with you as the consultant because of legality factors. We can't tell you everything that goes on. But once we have that information, my credit team reviews it and we say, okay, this is what the client will qualify for. It's only a few reasons. He's not going to qualify. He could qualify but might need somebody to co-sign, or he qualifies, or she qualifies, or they qualify together. Once that process is determined, we set a dollar amount. We issue what's called an LOI. An LOI is simply a letter of intent. We are expressing our opinion on what we believe my lending institutions would be willing to do. But please keep in mind, my structure is different than folks. I physically run these loans by. My staff run the loans by somebody in credit or the business development officer, whoever it may be. Before we issue a letter of intent, we already know that we're good to go. We know that this client can get this amount of money. We then engage with the consultants and the coaches and say, okay, they're pre-approved, they're good to go find them something. We physically take a step back and wait for them to bring us the franchises. Normally in the consulting world and coaching world, you guys pick out 5, 10 different brands, let them look at them, and then they start winding them down and going down to 2 and 3, and then eventually 1. but you already know that they're going to qualify for these. You're not wasting any time talking to clients that are never going to qualify for anything, or showing somebody something that they're not going to qualify for because it's too much money. Or you're showing somebody something that they qualify for a lot more. They may be able to buy 2 or 3 territories and you're only showing them 1. It really comes down to that all-important pre-qualification. Once we do that pre-qual, once you find them what they want, we then move them into credit, because we have probably 90% of the information in that pre-qualification package that we need to submit the credit. The balance of it would be their business plan and their projections, basically. Once we have that, it moves into credit. We issue a term sheet. Term sheet is basically a line item breakdown of what we're paying for, what the costs are, what their cash injection's going to be, what the interest rates are, what the terms are. Everything is fully disclosed within a line item box. We then go over that with the client. If they want to engage, they sign it. From that point, they send it back, and we move it into full underwriting. This process, depending on the loan models that we're looking at, we will start with the express loan. It's that 150 quick loan working capital. Those loans can be approved in 2 days tops. It really takes about 10 minutes, but we tell people a day or 2 just to give us some time in case we're very inundated on a particular day. We do what we call a scoring system. Everything is done by an algorithm program. It's uploaded into the bank, it scores, and then we keep moving it forward. That express loan is very popular for consultants. Most of your stable of franchises fall into that $150,000 range for people to purchase. Not only that, it's what people want to invest. When you're looking, there's going to be 100 people that are willing to invest $150,000. There's going to be 5 that are willing to invest $1 million. So your pool of average candidates is much better. So that express loan, that's a loan that can be approved in 2 days, and it can fund in less than 30. Our average with an express is 30 days, but we have loans that have closed in 5 days, in 10 days, in 15 days. The old philosophy for you guys that SBAs take too long is not true. It's just rumors. It's true if you have a client who doesn't want to send you anything or procrastinates, or it's a brick and mortar construction building that we have to wait for permits and build outs and that nature. But realistically speaking, that express loan is a quick loan. When we go into the other products, as the Dream Loan that a lot of you know, or the Express Plus that we offer now, the Express Plus is very similar to the Express Loan. The only difference is we go up to $350,000. And please note, all of these are no personal collateral required. We are not putting a lien on their real estate, on their stocks, on their bonds. Realistically, when we put these programs in place, it was because of spousal objection. You know, my wife would say, hey, you're not signing my house over to open up this startup business. We've eliminated that. As long as you guys are happy, your spouse and yourself in the business that you're doing, we're eliminating that factor from you. And those loans currently run from $150,000 to $500,000 where they're unsecured. That is the Express Plus, which is just an advanced version of the express loan for the franchises now that cost more than $150,000, because we're seeing more than the 200 range, 250, 300, because they need vehicles or they need some extra equipment, and it drives the cost up a little bit. Or they might be buying 2 territories. And they can operate them at the same time. So that Express Plus is the same way. Those programs are all based off a 10% down payment, 10-year term structure, with no prepayment penalty. You can pay it off in 6 months, we minus all the interest. You can pay it off in 12, 8, whatever you choose. You can also pay down principal anytime you choose. So if your brand is doing great and you're sending on X amount of dollars and you want to lower your monthly payment, you call into the servicing department, you let them know within 20 days, I'm going to pay this much towards principal, and we recast your payment. And now you have a new payment structure, but it's still based off of those terms. Those are the biggest loans that we're seeing in the marketplace right now. And please don't think that we do not do bigger ticket, because we do. We explore everything from the 7A to the 504s. We have our own My Franchise CPA group that's available to help people incorporate, get their EIN numbers, find out what licensing they need. I have put a full service structure together to make your client's life easier. Because if you're not an entrepreneur and you've never owned your own business, you don't know what it's like to start one. You don't want to have to worry about a loan on top of how do I hire people, how do I find a location, how do I do all this. My job is to make their life easier. Those products help do that. The structure is the same. We're going to pre-approve them for whatever it may be. If it's 150, if it's 500, if it's 2 million, if it's 5 million. What everyone has to understand is a loan is a loan. If the client qualifies, they're going to get it. It's that simplistic. We have teams of people to help them through our relationship manager department for a reason. We want them to be successful, and we want you to get your placement. We know you guys work hard to get your people to the table, and we don't want to be the ones that say we can't do them and you lose that. Our job is to approve, 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 close, and fund. My famous line to everybody is, I don't care if I have $100 million in approvals. I care if I have $100 million in fundings, because that means the loans went through and people are in business and you got your placement. But it all comes back to that initial meet and greet that you give us to the client. We're not telling you to say this Dan Pace and First Financial is the only group that we use. I'm not telling you to say we're the best. I think we are, but I'm not asking you to say that. I'm asking you to say we are one of the preferred vendors that you use for financing, and let my team win their business. As long as there is no special licensing required, loans should be approved and closed within 30, maximum 45 days. Our approval ratio and closing ratio is around 87%, so that's a wonderful thing. And I encourage all of you to look at our website. Go to www.ffcash.com. The last thing I'd like to bring to your attention is for the people that have some marginal credit, we brought on a group in our credit restoration division that actually helps these people and get their credit back up so we can score them and get them through the system. They have helped on at least in 2024, probably 20, 30 loans where people didn't qualify because of their credit scores, but they got them to the scoring system, and we got them in and got a loan and got a placement for the coach. Once again, please know that you can call us anytime. You can call anybody at my office. We're here to help you to become successful and to get these clients. But I do want to thank you once again for that opportunity and how much we appreciate the fact that you guys trust us and work with us.